Some feminine women love to have them a stud. They love that shit. You know what I'm saying? They love that they be aggressive sometimes and blah, blah, blah. But then there's moments, you know what I'm saying, where the aggressiveness could also be like annoying to the feminine person. So it's like, why do you guys get to pick and choose when we can be aggressive?
Yeah.
That's that. I want to do it all across the board, not just in conversation mode, but it could be even like as far as like nurturing. It's like, my nigga, if I'm coming in, you know what I mean, I'm making the bacon, you know what I'm saying, and then I'm frying the bacon, you know what I mean, or whatever. It's like at some point, you know, when do the lines do not get gray? Yeah, it is. When is it okay, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, for me to be dominant full time and not for you just to pick and choose when I can be dominant?
When you stop picking and choosing, because if you can tell me that you're a woman and I can do this and I can do that and I can do this, we'll do that. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Royalty
and your girl Candy,
and welcome back to Royalties in Candyland. So today we about to get into this video, this huge girl, this adult topic.
Yes.
All right.
So
first of all, before we even get into this video, make sure y'all are 30 and up and can handle these conversations.
Facts.
Okay,
Because
get my
that's what
nephews
we do.
out of here, please.
All right.
And nieces.
Now give them time.
You know what? In their defense, it might be a couple 20, 19-year-old ones that could probably keep up with this.
All right. Well, keep up if you're here.
Yeah.
All right. But anyway, before we get into this video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. You dig what I'm saying? Because you already know what it's like when the league.
It's on the island.
Yeah, dig. Now, we got company in the building.
Yes, sir. Toot is in the building.
And your girl Bella.
All right.
Make sure you go over there and subscribe to Bill and Toot right now.
Make sure y'all do.
Exactly.
Link will be in the description. We should just put each other links in the description.
Yeah, we need to
so
do
that we
that.
don't have to keep editing that part.
And that's
Exactly. That's
period.
aggravating.
So absolutely.
That's
So,
so aggravating.
Neek, do that. Thank you. So all right, this is what we about to get into. Now, part 1 is on Bella and Toot's channel, so y'all make sure y'all hit the link in the description. Now,
One verse.
my question was,
It wasn't a question.
my statement is to the feminine women.
Yes.
If you want a dominant person in your life, why do you pick and choose the
Oh,
time?
Now it's a question.
All right. Why do you pick and choose the time when you want the person to be dominant? So here's my example. We were speaking earlier about if you, what you were saying earlier?
So basically, I was saying, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, that sometimes you might go to somebody in a situation and that person could be completely at fault, you know what I mean, who you went to, and they can have a defense mechanism, you know what I mean? And the comment was, you know, my wife said, was sometimes, you know what I'm saying, it's how, or what I say back that make you feel a certain type of way, because you're not used to somebody responding along the lines of that.
So in our relationships, we hear that a lot, and I know we're not the only ones, that a dominant person will hear a feminine person say, well, you're just upset because I'm responding back. And that is a huge trigger for me, because I want you to respond. If you don't respond, then I don't know what you're thinking. So I think, this is just my opinion, y'all can speak, but I feel like feminine women don't want you to always be dominant when it comes to correcting things, right? But we did speak about how you can correct them better in their defense. Like, instead of saying you look mad, you look angry, use different words like, hey, did you flip a switch today? You know, is it not so, it might be a little lighter today on the happiness.
Exactly.
I don't know, something different.
Yes.
You know, that makes them feel more comfortable. But how do y'all feel about, you want a person to lead, you want a person to be dominant, but when it's time for you to be corrected, or you may be wrong about something, or maybe you just didn't do that the way the person wanted you to do it, how do you feel about that?
Before you guys start to answer it, let me also broaden the spectrum just a little bit.
Okay.
I don't want it just to be down just to the point of the response. Sometimes, and I'm going to say this because we got a lot of the family in the comments and on the league, you know what I'm saying, or whatever like this, and some feminine women love to have them a stud. They love that shit. You know what I'm saying? They love that they be aggressive sometimes and blah, blah, blah. But then there's moments, you know what I'm saying, where the aggressiveness could also be like annoying to the feminine person. So it's like, why do you guys get to pick and choose when we can be aggressive?
Yeah.
That's that. I want to do it all across the board, not just in conversation mode, but it could be even like as far as like nurturing. It's like, my nigga, if I'm coming in, you know what I mean, I'm making the bacon, You know what I'm saying? And then I'm frying the bacon. You know what I mean? Or whatever. It's like at some point, you know, when do the lines do not get gray? Yeah, it is. When is it okay, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, for me to be dominant full time and not for you just to pick and choose when I can be dominant?
When you stop picking and choosing, because if you can tell me that you're a woman and I can do this and I can do that and I can do this, well, do that. Because you are a woman and you can. So don't pick and choose when you tell me that I can be a woman and I can do these things too, but I'm allowing you to be dominant when you're telling me you want to be dominant. So when you're being dominant, I am supposed to do those things. I'm supposed to fall in those places as a woman and fulfill those things. Now, when I don't fulfill those things, you are supposed to do, as a dominant person, whatever you need to do in that place. But if you're going to come back and say, well, I can do these things, I can do these things, the moment that you say that, well, baby, do it. Because you are a woman. That's where those roles change. And a man, you'll never hear that because he's man and I'm woman. So I will always hear, well, you need to be doing what the fuck you supposed to be doing.
Because he'll never say, I'm a woman.
Exactly. That's deep. That's very deep. And you know why I want to say that?
If you are dominant,
deep.
you need to be dominant. Don't
Now-
tell me that you're not. You know, because the moment that you tell me that you're a
That's
woman,
very deep.
I understand that.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
And the reason why I said that is because, honestly speaking, you know what I'm saying, me and my babe, we had a situation last night. You know what I mean? And although sometimes these situations is small as hell, and we as human beings make them completely different. Since we had the conversation about triggers, I could see 4 different times that I went wrong in our conversation last night. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy how when you talk amongst people, how you kind of see things from a different perspective. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little example of what happened last night. So basically, earlier on in the day, my baby said, I'm hungry. You know what I mean? And I was editing videos and doing some other shit, but by the time she mentioned it the second time, automatically, I'm like, shit, let me jump up and go make my baby something to eat. Period. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I don't got to talk to you about it. I know to go get you something to eat. I know what you like to eat. I'm going to make it. You know what I mean? Point blank, bottom line. Now, we fast forward, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, into the wee hours of the next morning, okay? Now, keep in mind the task. You know, I'm editing. I'm doing a lot of shit. Keep in mind, I stopped editing a little bit to make you food earlier, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, to get back on it. Now it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, kind of want a snack. I said out loud, you know what I mean? Kind of want a snack or whatever. And I'm going to be completely honest. Her response wasn't like mine. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, you know what I mean, let me get up with urgency. So what she did basically is ask a question like, do you want me to go get something? Now, see, that's a trigger for me.
I know.
That is a trigger for me. You know what I'm saying? It kind of goes back to what we was talking about earlier. It's like, I've already explained my need. You know what I mean? You my wife, so therefore, you know my mannerisms. You know how I am. You know that if I'm busy and I'm like, I want a snack, basically, I shouldn't say, baby, go fix me something to eat. Go accommodate me, okay? Now, see, my problem is, nigga, you want me to be dominant in making sure that I run this shit. But see, I feel like that's your role to sneak in and make sure that I got me something to eat.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, now, if you want me to be the one to cook the food, then you got to be the one to make the bacon. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. So it's just like, that's why the conversation earlier was so much doper to me, because I feel like I could have came into the situation a lot better. Now, instead of just being completely honest, like how you be saying all the time, nigga, just be keeping front. I used to be one who would just kind of just eat that shit, go to bed, wake up the next morning, still aggravate. So for this day, I'm trying to do something different, to be honest. I couldn't go to sleep. I had to say something. You know what I mean? However, how I said it probably didn't make the conversation inviting, because I probably didn't say it to the best of my
You
capability.
already slept on it. You was pissed.
You know what I'm saying? And no, this was that night, so I hadn't even been asleep yet. You know what I'm saying? Before I went to sleep, I had to say something. Like normally, I would go to sleep, but I had to say what I wanted to say. But at this point, I'm so aggravated to where even though I might have been right, the way that I said it triggered her. So now we got 2 triggers that didn't happen. You know what I mean? The trigger her not understanding my wife, and then my triggering her of like, damn nigga, how you gonna talk to your wife? You see what I'm saying? So this is the thing. This is where it gets deep in that role, because it's like, my nigga, like what you just said, Candy, just kind of solidified a lot of shit.
Hell
yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you, I want to jump in.
Yeah.
My brother told me, because I talk to my brother sometimes, I have to speak to a man, because you got to know, like, in these situations with women, like, I'm a woman, but I don't know how to handle. I know how to handle, but in certain situations, I don't know how to handle that situation with my woman. So before I react like a woman, let me ask my brother how he would react, right? And with him, he was basically saying this: if you gonna be the man, nigga, be it. And that's literally all he had to say. So I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't understand it at first. Me and my brother been talking about this for years now. So every time he respond the same fucking way. I mean, you said you gonna be the man, so I didn't understand that, right? Until recently, he said, nigga. He said it again. If you gonna be the man, be the man. So as a man, they really gotta carry the world on their back.
They do.
And this is when we have these discussions like, damn, I feel bad for the man. That's coming from a feminine place.
From a feminine
At
place.
the end of the day, if the man's responsibility is to hold it, do that. But here's my thing, and this probably gonna go into another conversation. But me as a woman, like if you tell me, like, man, if I was with a man, right, and he like, yo, I'm hungry as hell, right? And this nigga just went out and worked, and I'm not working, and I'm at home, he would have already had a meal. And that's the difference between me and I feel like some feminine women. Because, nigga, if you the one holding it down, bet. I'm going to make sure you got a meal. I'm going to run your ass a bath. And whatever the fuck else you need, if you're the one holding it down.
You know why you're going to do that, though?
Because I'm a fucking woman.
Not only just that, too, and then you're an aggressive woman, so you know exactly what it is that you want and feel like what a woman can cater to. So it's going to be easy for us to recognize those things. Before they get to talking, this is another great point that you brought up, too. When it came down to Natalie and Easy, Natalie always dated men, right?
Right.
So she's used to men being men.
Doing what men do.
Okay?
Yep.
So I seen in a video where Easy was like, you know, sometimes, nigga, I want you to call me daddy. But then you're saying, I also want you to recognize my feelings.
Right, it don't make sense.
It don't match.
But women should recognize men's feelings.
They should, but it doesn't happen all the time.
But you should.
And that's where the breakdown comes from. So it's like,
not
even in
just that, because you can recognize a man's feelings because he is saying that. You know, you can.
And he don't always express it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it is a default here.
It is.
With men.
Yes.
Because men will say to them,
Yes.
like, yo, baby, now you good, I'll hold it down, and then
Yeah.
come have a conversation with us
Yeah.
at the bar, like, yo, I just want my girl to goddamn.
Yeah.
He telling me all this because he has a comfortability with me,
Yeah.
but not with his woman. And I agree, because women say this all the time. Like, Nick, I be trying, but the nigga just won't. You know, like, he won't even tell me.
Right.
You know,
right.
so it's just, it's like we never get what we want.
Facts. Yo, that's a great. Yo, this is
like
good
a whole
shit.
bunch of
Yeah, you can
miscommunication
practically beg them to do that, and some of them, not all of them, some of them will open up to a certain extent.
Yeah.
They won't open up all the way
Facts.
because us women, we are that.
Yes.
We are humans like that. We built like
We
that.
are the gateway.
You know what I'm saying?
We
We open up more than them.
Yeah.
So when you're pressuring them to open up, it's almost like, damn, bitch, you trying to get in my soul. They don't like
we
that
don't like
shit.
You
that,
trying to get in my soul. You the
know what I'm saying?
police.
We don't like that
Everything.
shit.
It's a different, and I get
It gets
that.
Me too.
It's
But
a
now I'm finna
different-
get deep too.
Okay.
Okay.
We're women. We like that shit.
All
You
right.
get it?
So it brings me back. We aggressive.
Right.
We hold the fort down like a man would to a certain extent when it comes down to they being the head of our household.
I'm sorry, OCD. Can you make sure that camera's on? It's OCD.
No, that's
it's
good, though.
Real bad. All right. It's bad, y'all. I'm sorry.
No, it's good because nigga, I've been to talk 2 hours and then
Okay.
the whole thing and you be pissed off. So my thing is this then, and this is gonna be just for my femmes and my studs, okay? Because you just said something that was very, very good to me. You just said we're women. There's just things that we're going to understand. So my thing is, why do sometimes studs feel as if we're non-existent? Because the thing is this, you're saying we women and there's just certain things that you should understand, you should get it with us. We should never feel as if, you know what I mean, it's not being reciprocated. There's going to be things that I would do for my woman because as a woman I know what to do. I'm still a woman, so sometimes I feel like I shouldn't ask for certain things because you know what I am made of. I should not feel incomplete. Like, I'm not telling you gotta bitch me out, but there's gonna be moments where I'm going to need to be motherfucking nurtured from my fucking female. And if you want it from me, why wouldn't you feel like I would desire the same shit?
Because they don't look at us like a woman, and she has said that 100 times.
So if that's the case, it goes back to the other shit. So if you don't look at us as a woman, being that, you know what I'm saying, you look at us as
yourself like
You
that
gotta
first.
present yourself like
The
that.
way that you present yourself, the very first day that she presented herself to me is basically is I hold this shit down.
My brother told me the
Period.
same thing.
If you would have came to me as that aggressor, but wanting me to really, you know, be that feminine way with you, I would know both sides.
We have to teach them.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Because
why?
I'm begging her to show me a side of her, and she won't give it to me. Why? Because she got this dominant. You see what I'm saying?
The man
I ain't got
thing.
time.
It's the man thing until I show my woman's side.
Period.
And that is
Yeah.
a problem. But here, maybe it's not a problem.
It's not.
At
It's
the
just
end
a
of the
problem
day,
with you because you don't want to show it.
yeah.
Right.
And sometimes
This is
I
deep.
don't. And
This is
sometimes
deep.
I don't. But sometimes, you're right. I do expect you to just like come
See?
on.
Yeah.
Because
See?
as a woman, I do.
You expect them to automatically know it
But
because
a
they
man
are
would
women.
just go
But
and
the
do
way,
his
but the
own.
way,
But I also feel like
exactly.
it's confusion with them
Right.
too now, because if I do that, maybe you might be offended and like think I'm treating you like a woman.
It could go that way.
Like maybe you think I'm trying to get to your feminine side, but whole time you showing me masculine right now. So bitch, I don't know who you showing me today. Who are you today? That's a problem.
Yeah,
I'm just not realizing that.
yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I will say with Easy, I did realize that, like, damn. Because at the end, though, when she said, like, I want you, this is not about them.
This
by
is
the
not
way.
about them.
But when she did say, I want you to call me daddy, when she said that, the whole conversation, I'm thinking, but you was being feminine the whole conversation. How can she
How
really
can I call
like
you daddy?
realistically call you daddy?
Yep.
Right.
And your ass is acting like Mamacita right now.
Like,
You
I
know
mean,
what I'm saying?
because she basically was saying, like, I can't even be intimate with you right now because we're not connected. So if you're not connected, you know what I mean, but you want to be called daddy, because men can fuck.
Men can fuck, and I was
They don't
just
care about
to
no.
say
They don't
that.
care about no
They do
emotions.
not, and that's what Natalie is not.
That's what's not connected.
It's not connected.
Exactly.
Because she like nigga. I'm arguing with niggas all the time, and he
And
still
see-
beat this thing for the
and
man.
see-
So
and
what
see,
you talking about?
That's
So we went through that.
That's why I said what I said, because I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, Easy, Natalie might just need to be thug, and it's not her fault. It's because of learned
What she's
behavior.
used to,
She's used to
yeah.
being with men. Men are not as emotional as we are. A man could argue with his woman at 3:35 and be dicking her down by 3:50.
And she gave
And-
and
3:35.
Easy gave Natalie that.
Yep.
And I don't want to say gave her that to get her in, because
But
we're
that's
naturally
how
who
she-
we are.
But that's how
So
she's used to
first, so,
communicate.
yeah.
That's how she used to communicate.
We're naturally who we
Yeah.
are, and like if I were to sit here and act feminine, that would be an act.
Yes.
So I'm not a feminine person, but I have feminine moments
Me
because
too.
I'm a fucking bitch, and also we have a period. So it's like, I always call us aliens
Yes.
because we are just not like the average woman.
We're not. We're not.
and I can see why it could be confusing for y'all, because it's almost like with TT. Sometimes I'll be like, man, I'm hungry as hell. Sometimes I can tell when she be like, okay, should I cook or should I let you figure it out? Because
Right.
at the end of the day, the man in me gonna tell her what to eat. Hear me now. The man in me gonna say, all right, baby, we about to have steak and eggs. She gonna be like, yes, sir, big daddy. But if I say, but baby, what you want to eat? She gonna be like, bitch, I don't fucking know. That's the girl side.
Yes.
Bitch, I don't fucking know.
That.
Do
got
you
it.
get that?
Yes. Yes.
So sometimes now with food up to the point, I'm like, what you want to eat? I don't know. Bet. We're going to do chicken wings and tater tots. Got it? Yes, sir, big daddy. That makes the difference.
Yes.
Or she can say, can we do chicken wings and broccoli? Bet. All right. The point is, I've made the decision, man. And that is the difference between the feminine side and the masculine
Facts.
side. So I do get why they confused.
Facts.
I do get why Natalie was confused when that nigga said, I just want you to call me daddy. Like, nah, nigga, you gave me
You
all
gotta
this
earn
feminine
that daddy.
activity,
Yeah.
though.
You gotta
you
earn
do.
daddy.
You do. You gave me all this. You could probably fuck me like daddy.
Right.
We can fuck you like daddy,
Period.
baby.
But out here in these streets,
But out here, the rest of it after that
after that,
is the
you have
feminine
to earn
side.
Facts.
daddy.
I agree.
That's spot on.
That was a damn good conversation.
That was a great conversation. Really good.
Everybody, we
I love that. I feel every time we have these group discussions and stuff like that, I feel like it's what you call, this is what you call friendship therapy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we all need it. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very healthy to be able to have people encouraging you to do not only the right thing, but also be open-minded to know, like, sometimes, nigga, you gonna be wrong. You fucked up. You wrong. You did this backwards as a motherfucker, nigga. And we need that accountability. And if you don't get it from your friends, then what the fuck
Who
they
can you
from?
get it from?
Straight up.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that was amazing.
It was very good.
Did you get something from
Yes,
this?
yes, I did. I got a lot from it. Got a lot from it.
Well, we're gonna have more discussions like this, y'all. The issue is the distance. We live very far away from each other.
So y'all go ahead and compile a whole bunch of things so we can just make it all.
So we can do it all in one day.
For real.
Yeah.
We could probably, honestly, we done did like 8 videos.
Yeah, straight up.
We could probably knock out 20 today. We do need outfit changes. We need to do that.
Yeah.
But other than that, y'all, we gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But y'all just please
drop discussions and things like that you
Word.
want to have, and it don't have to be just to lesbian relationships, my nigga. Open your brains up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We want to talk about everything because we be on these niggas too.
Yeah,
that's
you're
for
trifling sometimes, but there's some kings out there
And
as
they
well.
need to
So
be,
yeah,
they need to be talked about.
yeah,
There's some
it is.
trifling studs out here too.
Oh hell yeah! Don't get me on the
Yeah.
women.
Okay.
Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Too.
Y'all just let us know what y'all want to see, man. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Guys.
Until the next time.
Shalom.